As you know, the 6 Dimensions of SuperWellness have an acronym for it, H.E.A.L.T.H. In this video, let's explore A. A stands for Agua. We're gonna look at not just how much water we should drink, but what kind of water. And I'm gonna share with you some really fascinating science, like really new science that I think maybe like the medical textbooks 50 years from now will start exploring, which is how water has been found to be like a liquid crystal computer that holds information. And how we expose our water, the human body is 60-70% water, how we expose our water to music, to thoughts of gratitude and kindness, all these things, it influences how the water structurizes itself, and then that causes water to have different properties that is either hydrating or dehydrating or supporting of the transport of nutrients or blocking it. Super fascinating. So we're gonna go totally next level. This is like health education for the next level of humanity. I think you guys will be excited to explore that stuff with me. And there's a scientist in University of Washington that is putting all this stuff into question, and he's discovered that water is not just H2O. We are told that water has 3 phases, right? Gas form, liquid form, and solid form. It turns out that water in between the ice solid form and the liquid form, there's a different phase. It's called the 4th phase of water. And in that state, water is not H2O, but it's H3O2. And it has a very specific structure that causes it to push out impurities. But not only that, in that state, it acts like a rechargeable battery in the presence of light. Exposure to sunshine not only makes vitamin D, but somehow energizes the electrical chi flow of our body. And I think we're just in the beginnings of understanding how that works. So are you guys excited? That's class number 3.
Excited.
So that's Agua. But we'll also, as time permits, look at Aaarmph. So finally, we'll talk about eating. And I'll demystify. You guys have all heard, like, you gotta eat, like, there's like the paleo and the vegan and the this and ABC, 1, 2, 3, Whole30. There's so many diets. I mean, this is like old. They used to have the Atkins diet, the Zone diet. Nobody does those anymore, right? That's not cool anymore. So can we find more timeless ways of approaching our diets? Come on, like how many decades do we have to go through these fads before we stop buying into the fads? So we're gonna unpack that in class number 3 of what is like timeless principles that we can live by, that we can be confident and not be so confused and so stressed out about what to eat and what not to eat. And that's a class that maybe of all the classes has some bad news to it, which is that I'm gonna tell you the top 5 things that cause people's problems. Because even though the whole class is all about the good stuff, the good stuff, the good stuff, there are top 5 bad things that doesn't cause problems for everybody, but it seems to cause problems for like 90-something% of my patients. So it wouldn't be right if I didn't just tell you guys those things. I'm gonna go through those quickly, and then for homework that week, you can choose to take that information and experiment or not. But maybe it's not causing problems for you, but if you have some health challenges, it's worth experimenting with these 5 things, I think.
You're gonna make us wait till week 3 to tell us
Yes, as you can see, there's a whole journey here, right? Because I want you to remember that eat right and exercise is secondary to these other things. I want you to breathe right first. I want you to have hugs and snuggles first, and music first, and drink water, and all of those things first before you look at the food stuff.
What was that we called?
Aaarmph is how it's spelled. Agua and Aaarmph.